Okay, so my name is Nur Adana Najwa binti Muhammad Shafi'i, and I would like to present about our assignment 3. So based on this assignment, we managed to get a better understanding about how hardware and software works together. Also, students managed to get a better understanding about motherboard, and also we can develop to understand more about how to install drive and also multimedia devices and mass storage.
My name is Nurul Safia and I'll be talking about part A, question 1 and question 2. Question 1 is about how the operating system manages computer hardware. Operating system is the most important software that runs on a computer. It is an interface between the computer users and computer hardware and controls the execution of all kinds of programs. It also allows us to communicate with the computers without knowing how to speak the computer language. Most of the time, there are several computer programs running at the same time, and they all need to access to our computer central processing unit, which is the CPU, memory, storage. The operating system coordinates all of this to make sure each program get what it needs, which is called the process. Other than that, the OS responds to the input device such as mice, keyboard, joysticks, and touchscreen by notifying the foreground process. The foreground process then responds to the input as appropriate. For the question 2, it is steps involved in the process when you turn on the power to a PC. The step 1, the power is on, CPU powers up and looks to the BIOS in the RAM chip for instruction. The step 2, the BIOS RAM post testing itself, CMOS, RAM, CPU connecting the device like keyboards and mouse. For the next steps, BIOS refers to CMOS RAM to work out where is the operating system. For the step 4, the BIOS checks the hard drives for the bootstrap loader located in the first sector of the hard drive. The next step, the bootstrap loader looks for the operating system on the hard drive and begin to loading the operating system that is found. The next step, as the OS start, BIOS copy its files into RAM and the OS operating system takes control of booting the computer. For the 7th step, the OS determines RAM available and loads hardware device drivers to control things like keyboards and mouse. For the last step, the system is ready to use. The user can run applications to perform required tasks. That is all. Next.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ibtina Nur Siti Muhammad Islaflino, and I will present about assignment 3 question 3. A device requires an IRQ number if it's available to provide input to the CPU or start an action. The IRQ number is a number way to assign the probability that the device have with the CPU. Some devices that are assigned to IRQ number include the disk drive controller, mouse, keyboard, and sound card. The 5 IRQ number are IRQ0, which is system timer. This interrupt is reserved for the internal system timer. The second one is IRQ1, which is keyboard. This interrupt is reserved for the keyboard controller. The third one is IRQ2, which is cascade interrupt for IRQ8 to 15. This interrupt cascade the second controller of the first. The fourth one is IRQ3, which is second serial port. The interrupt for the second serial port and often the default interrupt for the fourth serial port. And the last one is IRQ4, which is first serial port. This interrupt is normally used for the first serial port. On devices that do not use a PS2 mouse, this interrupt is almost always used by the serial mouse. This is also the default interrupt for the third serial port. In conclusion, hardware and software are required to make a computer system to operate effectively. Hardware is the physical component, and while software forms the interface between the hardware and the software. That's all for me. Thank you.
So my name is Nur Adana Najwa binti Muhammad Shafi'i, and I would like to present about question 4 regarding to 5 questions that we need to consider before buying a motherboard. So first question that we need to ask is what kind of CPU socket used in the motherboard. So users should choose a motherboard that have the CPU that will fit the budget and also needs. So for question 2, what type of chipset do you need? Users should choose a chipset that fits your need and what you want to use it for. Question 3, how much the RAM that you need. So user have to select a motherboard that support enough RAM that you want to use. So for question 4, what is the best form factor for a motherboard? User should consider a motherboard that suit your needs in terms of the size, the shape of the board, the arrangement of the mounting holes, the power interface, and the type and placement of port and connectors. For question 5, we need to know what type of expansion slot and ports that suit your need. So type of expansion slot is depending on how the user plan to use the computer, and the user have to consider if the motherboard has the slot that suit your requirement. So that's all for question 4.
So my name is Intan Soleh. I'm going to present about hard disk drives are commonly used as the main storage in a computer, and it's also an electromechanical data storage device that stores and retrieves digital data using magnetic storage and one or more rigid rapidly rotating plates coated with magnetic material. The interfaces of hard drive has been changed to serial interfaces to meet demands for high-speed data transfer. The main interfaces involved are the fiber channel, serial ATA, and serial attached SCSI.
We present about the part B, introduction. Network infrastructure is the backbone of our business. All device, application, software, and most the work are supported by or built upon the computer network. Therefore, planning, design, purchasing, hardware, and security of a business computer network need to be a high priority for the business. To build a computer network for the company is by making computer network run efficiently in a business environment. It's very different from setting up a home or domestic network.
For network configuration, our system proposes a local area network (LAN) as it is a collection of devices that connected together in one physical location, such as a building, office, home, and which is suitable to support 40 staff in an organization. A LAN comprises cables, access points, switches, routers, and other components that enable the device to connect to internal servers, web servers, and other LANs via wide area network. As for its benefit of using this network, such as the device can use a single internet connection, manage to share files with one another, can print to shared printers, and can be accessed and even controlled by one another.
For the system software operating system, by using network operating system, it allows multiple devices within a network to communicate and share resources with each other. This is because it is designed primarily to support workstations, personal computers, and in some instances, other terminals that are connected on a local area network, which is suitable for the organization's needs. The composition of hardware that typically uses in a network operating system includes a number of personal computers, a printer, a server, and file server with a local network that connects them together.
There are many main hardware components that we need in this computer network, and one of them is modem. It is a hardware component of a network that helps the computer and other devices to connect with the internet. Our system also proposes to have a firewall hardware as it is to monitor and control the incoming and outgoing network traffic based on the security rules set. Other hardware is router. So router we use in this computer network as it can transfer packets of data between network, or in other words, it transfer data from the internet cable to device. Next hardware is switch. It is important in this organization's network as it is a network device that allow the other devices on the network to communicate and share information.
Now we continue with another 4 hardware cable, which is the patch cable. A patch cable can connect one electronic or optical device to another for signal routing. A patch cord cable differs from a standard stretching cabling. In a patch cable is standard for flexibility, whereas standard cable is a solid copper. Because the patch cord is standard copper construction, the attenuation is higher on patch cord than solid cables. The short length should be added to. We also propose access point in this organization as it is networking hardware device to connect to wired network. An AP connects directly to a wired local area network, typically Ethernet, and then the AP provides wireless LAN technology. AP supports the connection of multiple wireless devices through their one wired connection. Other than that, repeater is used as is an electronic device that receives a signal and retransmitted it. Repeaters are used to extend transmission so that the signal can cover longer distance or be received on the other side of the obstruction. For the last one is the patch panel. It is a device or unit featuring a number of jacks, usually the same or similar type, for the use of connecting routine circuits for monitoring, interconnecting, and testing circuits in a convenient and flexible manner. Next.
After considering the various options, we can make a conclusion where a network is two or more computers connect together by using a telecommunication system for the purpose of communicating and sharing resources. Without having a network, companies would not be able to share resources and increase productivity more efficiently. That's all for me. Thank you.